G'day traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Just doing a quick update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets and having a look at where we are and what it's looking like. And we can see here support over here, and here we don't have any support at all. We keep on breaking the support. At 20,000 used to be support, and it looks like we're still making red moves, and this is the next support down here. The reason why I've got that mark lined up like that is because we've got the 14,000 mark there and this high here. So somewhere between that high and this high here would be around about, somewhere in between there should be, we should find some sort of support there if we do reach that. It does not look like at this stage that, we're reversing. This orange line here, I'll just go to the weekly chart just quickly and we'll have a look. And so that orange line is, you see the two blue dots there on the either side there. I've just drawn that line out. That's an extension of the 200 moving average on the weekly chart. And here's that support line that I'm, the support area. It's kind of like a zone that we're kind of looking at for a potential reversal or some sort of support to happen there. But we'll have to wait and see. It's a very aggressive move up and a very aggressive move down for Bitcoin. And it looks like, it's just continuing its downtrend. It hasn't finished yet. So the way I'm looking at this and playing this is, I don't know how far it's going to come down, but usually at this kind of stage here, it could do anything really. It could go sideways, it could go, reverse from here, which it doesn't look like. And the downtrend, it's still looking like it's happening. So if it continues the downtrend, it could have a very quick pop down, or it could take its time and do a gradual thing just to where all the amateur investors out, the ones that bought at the top, and they get down to here and they just think, I can't take it anymore, only get rid of my cryptocurrency cheap, which is exactly what big money wants. So in saying that, so we're down here, and I have got, so we've seen the weekly, seen the daily on Bitcoin, and it's downtrending. We've got a high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and we haven't made a lower low yet, but there's no indication that we're going to break a new high. So, and also on top of that, on the daily charts here, we're below the 200, below the 50, and on the weekly chart we're below the 200, and and now we're below the 20,000 mark, which is very, very significant and important. Okay, so let's just go and have a look and see a few of these other cryptocurrencies. So, if we have a look here, we've done the same thing. We've popped up above this support level here, and straight away we've got shooting stars, coming down from, looks like, some sort of previous support around about that kind of line there. So here we've got support, it's come down, up, found resistance, and now we've even got an uptrending line there, and we've come up and tested that, and we've got two, potentially our second red day that we're looking for here. So if we have a look at how aggressive this move is that's been going down, and also if we have a look all the way back in history with this one here, the very last red before this advance took off is this line here, or just below that line there. So I'm kind of hoping that we will get a decline down to this line here, because I'd love to pick up some of these at these low prices here at $8. I think I said this on another video, but some of them haven't been published. I'm a little bit confused as which one has and which one hasn't. So just kind of relaying what I've done. So I've got low orders in at these prices here at $8.95, and if I get filled, great. If I don't, I think it'd just be worthwhile. Like, even if you just buy set a level for 100, an order for 100 of those, or even 10. Whatever, just to have some skin in the game, because down at these kind of lows here, that's when we sort of start coming out. If I'm buying down here, I'm buying for the longer term. Smart money buys the lows and sells the highs. And if you look at retail investors, like the uneducated retail investors, what they do, they buy the excitement and sell the fear. They buy the excitement and they sell down here. It's just, it's a reverse of what we do, And so I'm not risking my house or, like anything major on an entry like this. I just want to have some skin in the game at these low prices, so that I've got my eye on it. And then when I start seeing higher highs, high lows, Marubozu breakouts, all that sort of stuff, then I'll be adding to that position. Let's have a look at DOT. So that's my that's EGLD. So there's a few of these. ADA I'm also having a look at as well. There's a couple of others I've just been going through. Even Ethereum and Binance, like, you know, if they come down to significant lows, like I'd still like to accumulate a couple of those too. Down here at these lows here, you know, we've found support at this area here, and there's definitely support there. We've broken up above this, perfect downtrending line. Let's have a closer look now that we've seen that. And so I have some low orders in here, but I think my order is at 550. You know, I could even go a bit lower than that, but anyway, I think 550, a bit over 550 is my order. So I'm just kind of hoping that we get a quick pop down to there and back. And you know, I do like this project a lot. And if we have a look at the highs there, you know, it's $55. So you know, it's a very significant decline. And I wouldn't be buying these to trade these. I'm actually buying these for a run. So, you know, like if I have to hold on to it for 18 months and I don't really care what it does with this purchase, then that's what it is. You know, I'm buying them to hold them, you know, so that I've got some skin in the game. This one here, Sol. I do like Sol a lot. You know, I think it's a very good project, you know, up to here and down at these lows here. Like smart money buys down here and sells up, you know, around here and also up here, you know, and here as well. And here as well. And okay, let's have a look. You know, here's where smart money's buying, and here's where smart money's selling. And smart money's buying here, and they're selling there, and they're selling there, and they're not buying here, but they're selling there. And then we come down here, and they're selling there, and here they're buying, here they're selling, here they're selling, and here they're buying. So around these kind of areas here is where I'm looking at to buy. And even if I only have, you know, like a few, like just to have some. You know, if you were to buy 20 of these or whatever, you know, like 10's only $320, you know, US it is, so it'd be about $500. If you put $1,000 in here and just bought 20 of these, and then, you know, that 20 went up to $260, you know, that's significant for your first entry. Avalanche, let's have a quick look at that. Avalanche, I do like Avalanche a lot. You know, my first buy with Avalanche was $550. Look at that, it was below that price there. Where was it? I can't even remember what exchange I got it on. Oh, here, it was down here. So yeah, you know, I ended up buying Avalanche at the beginning at $550 was my first entry. So all the way back here, must have just broken that 50 there. And look at it, you know, it went all the way to $150. Not that I was in there the whole time. I was getting in and out, you know, but I got back in around about here somewhere. So, but in any case, we are coming back down to these lows here, and you know, look at what happened at these lows here, and you know what's going to happen at these lows here. We could see more lower prices. I could get in at a you know, like a say $13 or whatever, and then it goes up and goes down to $6. Will I be concerned? No. You know, because the main thing is I want to have some skin in the game, because if it comes down to these lows here, like the last red before the advance, then, you know, I'm happy with that. You know, how much lower can it go? You know, it can go to 0, but, you know, the chances are very slim that happens. But anything's possible in these markets. Mana as well. I've already got a position in there, but you know, like it's not one that I'm very happy with. But you know, I'm just holding it, and I will be buying more when it comes down to these lower prices down here. Around, you know, I don't know where. I'll just, you know, keep on just checking it out and seeing, you know, if we get some seriously low pops to the downside, I'll be having a look at that. But anyway, just to have a few of these, the ones that I'm more focused on. XTZ, I do like XTZ, but it's not, you know, if we have a look at this, it's just not a solid mover. You know, we've gone here from 41 cents and we've gone all the way up to $9, you know, which sounds very significant, but have a look at the action of this thing here. This kind of reminds me of Monero, very difficult to trade. But if you like it, you know, there's no problem in just, you know, getting 100 of those at, you know, or, you know, a couple of hundred of these at $1.42 if you were going to do that. So, but, you know, down at these lows here, if we get back and have a look through history, this is where big money starts to accumulate. And especially when we get a pop down, you know, just below quickly to pick up some cheap shares, and then we start having a look at the reversal signals from this. This is on the daily chart. I just want to have a look and see, you know, from this one here, if we can see any sort of reversals from these lows here. You know, coming down to here, and then we're going to first close above the 9 and engulfing, and then look at that massive, you know, perfect above there, and then it's come back down, or like actually, he would have been very, that's come back down and found support on that beginning, that big block buying. You can see right here the same price. So if you were to be buying up at these prices here, and your stops were like below this low here, you would have been very close to being stopped out at this one here, but I think you still would have been in the game. But then have a look at what happened here. Look at that engulfing above that support line. As soon as it broke above the 50, so here would be, probably would have been the first entry here. Here would have been the second entry. So, and then have a look at what happened after that. Massive. That's unique. So let's have a look at where I went to. So that's back down here. So let's have a look at the high 529, and we're looking at 45 bucks. That's good. That's very good. So, but just keeping in mind down here where it's short, small, tight trading, this is where big money is starting to accumulate, and they don't accumulate to trade, they accumulate to keep, because they want this run here, and they don't really care what goes on here, but I'm not talking about putting a whole account on. I'm just talking about having some skin in the game, so when it does start to break out, you can add to the position. This one here, look at that, IOTA, and IOTA reached somewhere at 260 around about, and now it's 26 cents, 10 times your money. Anyway, I could just keep on going through these over and over again. We're broken this downtrending line up, and then we found support again. But have a look how long this, see, this is what big money does. Check this out. We've gone, IOTA went all the way from $5.70, and now it's 26 cents. But it went up massively and then came down, and let's say from, because you wouldn't have been trading it from here. So this low here, so that's August 18. And before it took off again was January 21. So August 18. So that's 19, 20, 21. So about 2 and a bit years that it just did this flatlining thing. So big money just does this just to tire everybody out. It's just difficult when they do that. You don't want to be in markets when they do that. If Bitcoin's taken off and the other ones aren't following, there's probably something wrong with that currency. Now have a look at this, from the low, high, double top down to the low again. We should be looking at the volume here in these kind of scenarios here for big money accumulating, and as soon as we see that big money accumulating, we should be accumulating too. On this currency here, I don't see it at this stage. But we all know what to look for when it comes to accumulation, and I'm not seeing it here at all at this stage. So we'll just have to wait and see. There is a tiny bit of accumulation, but there's not very much. Anyway, traders, I'll leave it at that. I hope you well, if you have any problems with your charts or anything like that, please let me know. I'm more than happy to talk about charts. But so far Bitcoin is in a it's just looking like there's stalling here, but it's so far it's still indicating a bearish direction. We can't really until the charts tell us otherwise. This is bearish. All right, traders, hope you have a good night. Talk to you again soon. See yous.